I didn't cry when he called to cancel. Not at first. Anyway, his voice sounded careful, almost practiced. Sweetheart, something's come up. Your sister's agency is hosting a big launch event. It's a major step for her career. You understand, don't you? There was a pause long enough for his guilt to breathe through the line. Of course, Dad. I understand, I said, but I didn't. Not even close. The man who once steadied my bike, patched up my scraped knees, and swore he'd walk me down the aisle had just traded that promise of my sister's spotlight. And that was the moment something inside me froze. When we were kids, I idolized her, Claire, 2 years older, effortlessly radiant. Everything seemed to come to her with ease. Grades, friends, affection. Dad adored her, and I admired her. Even when she took what was mine, she did it with a smile so sweet it almost seemed accidental. Don't be so sensitive, she'd say, whenever my eyes filled with tears. So I learned to stop crying. By the time we grew up, she was still the golden one, glittering career, polished life. I was quieter, more grounded. Or so I told myself. Then I got engaged. And for once, something felt truly mine. Dad teared up when I told him. He said he couldn't wait to walk me down the aisle. I believed him. I shouldn't have. A week before the wedding, his calls became shorter, the excuses thinner. He said he was busy helping Claire with some project. The night before my dress fitting, he texted, "Can we talk?" He never showed, but Claire did. She arrived at my apartment, flawless as ever, perfume first, then that smug little smile that made my stomach twist. "You're not mad, right?" she said. "It's just one day. My career's taking off, and Dad really needs to be there. Besides, you already have your fiancé to walk you." It took every ounce of restraint not to slap her. Instead, I smiled. And right then, my mind started turning, not emotionally, but strategically. The next day, I called Michael, my fiancé's godfather, a quiet man with kind eyes, the kind that understands pain without needing words. When I told him everything, he didn't hesitate. "Then I'll walk you," he said simply. And just like that, a plan began to form. Because this wasn't about replacing my father. It was about showing him and Claire exactly what they'd thrown away. I didn't tell Dad Michael would walk me, or that I'd hired a private photographer, or that the ceremony would be live-streamed for friends who couldn't attend. I let him think I'd walk alone. The wedding day was beautiful in its own way. Pain has a way of sharpening beauty. When the doors opened, Michael took my arm, not as a substitute, but as redemption. He looked at me the way a father should. Every step down the aisle echoed with quiet defiance. Later, I learned Dad had been watching the live stream at Claire's party. Someone had put on a big screen as a joke. "Let's see what the family disappointment's up to," someone had said. Claire laughed. Dad didn't. Halfway through, he got up and left. Didn't say a word. I didn't hear from him for 3 days. Then came a message. "I need to talk to you. Please." When he showed up at my door, he looked shattered. He held out his phone, hands trembling. On the screen were photos from my wedding. Michael and me, walking together, both teary-eyed. The caption read, "For every daughter who deserved better." They'd gone viral. Apparently, someone at Claire's party had filmed her laughing at the stream. When the clips surfaced, the internet did what it always does. Her career imploded overnight. Sponsors dropped her. The agency suspended her. The same public that once worshipped her now condemned her. And Dad, too. The comments said it all. A father who abandons his daughter for a party doesn't deserve to call himself one. He looked at me, eyes red and wet. I never meant to. I stopped him. "You made a choice, Dad. Now you live with it." He broke down, sobbing, a sound I hadn't heard since I was a child. I didn't comfort him, because sometimes revenge doesn't need poison or fire. Sometimes it only needs a truth to be seen. Claire vanished from social media. Dad moved out of the city. As for me, I framed one of those wedding photos, the one where Michael's hand rests over mine, steady and proud. It hangs in my hallway. Every morning, I look at it and remember he didn't walk me down the aisle, but I still made it there. And when they tried to steal my moment, I made sure they watched me shine instead. Justice doesn't always shout. Sometimes it smiles dressed in white,